Hey guys, it's Jeff again. Back and just going to make a short video whilst I wait for a bus for a few minutes. So I've first not really stopped all day, but I want to kind of just quickly address something that's been kind of annoying me over the last day or so. Now, I mentioned in a previous video that I am a supporter of Jeremy Corbyn and I'll be voting Labour on Thursday. I definitely will be. But for the last 24 hours or so, there's been a lot of talk about his response to the questions over whether he would fire nuclear weapons or not. And it's obviously he's being perceived as maybe being a bit weak by saying that he finds nuclear weapons deplorable. Well, I find nuclear weapons deplorable, quite frankly, but I just want to take a couple of minutes or so and just put a few thoughts in about this, really. I might cover this a bit more in long form in another video or something if I get a chance. But here's the thing. Okay. Do nuclear weapons actually really work as a deterrent? That's a good question, I think. I'm not entirely convinced that they do work. Are nuclear weapons practical? I think definitely not. And so, just to very quickly, I tried to sort of run over a couple of, I don't know, scenarios or whatever in my head over, in what instance, if we were to face a nuclear attack, or, how would we respond? Okay, let's take the first one very quickly. We, are attacked by an intercontinental ballistic missile strike by someone. We'll just take Russia or something as an example. Now, do we fire back? Whatever. Now, we could fire back. Yeah, of course we could. Problem is, we're screwed anyway. We're absolutely screwed. We're getting wiped out no matter what. I mean, it's almost blooming. It's almost a pointless gesture in itself to just wipe a lot of them out in the process. It's so in that respect, if that happens, the deterrent hasn't exactly worked in the first place. Now, let's say another scenario here. Terrorist groups or something get hold of nuclear weapons and maybe detonate one in the UK or something. Now, more than likely that'll be something that's snuck into the UK or something. There's a couple of reasons we can think about this. Now, let's take a random city. Let's say, I don't know, Birmingham or something. Now, terrorist group blows up a bomb in Birmingham. Now, how do you respond to this? Now, they may come from a foreign nation, but there's a good chance, and I think you'll find this is the case with a lot of terrorist groups, they don't necessarily have any allegiance to any particular nation, even if they're living there. I mean, for example, IS or whatever is a good example. Now, do we just start nuking Syria or Iraq or something in response to that? First of all, you'd be nuking a lot of people that had nothing to do with this, in the hope that you're going to get those response. Well, hey, you probably will. You're going to nuke half the world's oil supply in the process, though, and put everyone back into the bloody Stone Age. So, not even very practical, because you end up just trying to destroy things that you actually might want some control over anyway. So it's just, even from a practical basis, nuclear weapons are not practical. Other possible scenario here is, what happens if they're, these are homegrown terrorists? Okay, don't know. Let's say one or two of them, look, the people who plan this, hypothetical attack in Birmingham come from Southampton or something, where I live. So I'd like to think we're not going to nuke Southampton in response to that. So it's just a few scenarios I've run through my head, and I guess what I'm really thinking is that I don't think nuclear weapons work as a deterrent. I don't think they are practical. I don't think they're much use as in a deterrent against terrorism, or even any use in a fight against terrorism. Then they're just not. So, like I said, I'm really going to be covering this in very short form or something. And by the way, before someone brings up North Korea in the comments section, I should just tell you that at the current time, the nuclear weapons that North Korea has could not possibly reach the UK. That is, they do not have those capabilities of doing that. Now, that's not to say that couldn't become a possibility somewhere down the line. But then, you've got to also then think about China's on their doorstep. I don't necessarily know that the Chinese would be too willing to protect Kim Jong Un anymore. This isn't necessarily like the 1950s anymore. But you know, you got a potential very big nuclear power on the doorstep. You've got to think about stuff like this. You know, I just think, come on, people, we need to get away from this Cold War nonsense, okay, and think of this through a bit rationally. They had a term for this in the 60s or whatever, mutually assured destruction. Yeah, mad. And I think that says it all. It says exactly what I think about nukes. So that was just a very quick thought about this. I know it's short. I haven't really got out and made an awful lot of points and gone into too much detail. If I can, I might cover this in a bit more longer form but sometime soon. But otherwise, I'll see you guys later. And I know this is probably not going to be popular with some people. So, hey, we're not going to agree on everything, are we? So, once again, see you later, guys. Salute.